Our ancestors made this world beautiful. Their magnum opus coursened her to man's delight. They branded luscious crops into her earth, smoothed Whenua with organic riches, and yet ripped bodies of fruit and flesh from the loamy ground, butchered food on death row conveyor belts until we couldn't take it anymore, couldn't distinguish nature from narcotics, processed their perfection into protesting mouths, never stopping to set a limit, to put an end to this mass production. The numbers were too large to ignore. The numbers said it for us. 100,000 tons of rotting food sang through pits and valleys. Aotearoa's food insecurity whispered pleas through minds. The world's hungriest screamed to us like mic feedback. So the media began preparing us for the new world, and as children we watched, glassy-eyed. Wave after wave of new celebrities formed, poster children of starvation, flaunting bubbling abdomens bloated with the pride of the generations that made them. Glamorous models poured into streets born of names destined to make the front page. Anorexia, catabolysis, sarcopenia. Our forefathers led them hand in hand, emptying their veins to the catwalks of flooded fields, the concert halls of produce that would never meet lips, stunted and sputtering, wasting into bloodied red carpets, never stopping to set a limit, to satiate the ever-hungry mouths, to put an end to it. And as infants we watched, glassy-eyed, unable to walk away from our future. Note to my child. Decades from my adolescence and days before yours, I held your hand in a waiting room. Do you remember? We sat alone, bar one other, an elderly woman, silent was she, gazing at the cork notice board, and I'd be wrong to say I didn't hold my breath when her vitrified eyes fell to the wayward magazine cutouts pinned in the corners, flaunting glamorous models lying on the red-carpeted steps of concert halls. To my child, I remember laughing, soft gasping breaths as you traced the felt of your seat. I realized all in one revolution of the clock by the waiting room door. How new you must have felt the carpet and the ceiling. How all you knew about the world before you hung on the posters that hugged the walls. Yet you found more contentment in the worn upholstery at your fingertips. In your simple gestures I saw rarities, the gentle patience that my lips never inherited, the love for the immediate that my life wasn't granted, the presence of hope and an absence of hereditary wrath, a freedom from man's built-in desire. And then I made a silent promise to fight this battle I rebuked all these years ago, not as a soldier or a knight, but a parent. And as long as I possessed the strength to stand, I promised I would hold your hand. My child, do you remember the moment in which I made a silent promise to the old woman at my side? And do you recall the way she smiled, as if to say that we were beginning to understand ourselves, as if to say what's mine is yours, as if to say a small part of a great burden had been exhumed from the pit of her stomach. Child, tell me, did you hear when I whispered to Papa Tuanuku with lips finally free from wrath? Oh mother, are we forgiven? And did you hear the slick, glassy snap of our generational cycle when she breathed the answer? Yes, my child, yes. Oh.